points. Seize theirs.
Alrighty then. So we are going to see a very, very quick stomp there from the BAM team, which is very, very good there. Unfortunately, we are seeing Jokers as well here, dealing a good bit of point damage here as well. Wow, I can't talk apparently. While Titan is actually doing a good job on this. On his Guardian, doing a very, very good job at using that staff and using that mace to just kind of pretty much negate any type of damage that's being portrayed onto him right now. So there's going to be a 1-for-1 point advantage, but just because of the stomp early on, we are going to see Team BAM be about 5 or so points ahead right now.
Yeah, apologies for that. I didn't actually have my mic on for that couple of minutes. I was talking, just changing the scores up for you guys, and Baz was actually listening to me, so if you think he's just talking to himself, he was talking to me. I was just muted on my microphone. So as we see that a lot of congestion going on at mid now. Hopefully going to see some closer matches as we go closer to the final. Just see Dark going down just off point there. Unfortunately, if you are going to die, try and die on the points, because you're going to give him a lot more congestion. The Rangers just switched to the mid. Joke now doing a lot, probably what they should have done quicker in the last match, in this match now, as we start to get up against tougher competition.
Yeah, unfortunately, we are going to see Terran actually go down here onto the close point of Joker. Joker in a little bit of trouble here. They are about 1 point down, which really isn't a lot, but can mean that the game win or game loss. I have seen 500 to 499 quite a few times. So that 1 point advantage does mean a heck of a lot. We are going to see a stomp there from Jokers, pulling them ahead by about 4 points now, and it is still 1-for-1 in capture point. But, a lot of both teams actually kind of electing to try and fight off point for these buffs. We are seeing ferocity on both sides still up. No one is going to claim those yet, and we should see Wrecking Death possibly claim that one, but we're not going to see anything really much of yet here. Taking a look onto the temple point here, we are seeing Terran really try and deal some extra damage here and rally up to his teammate. Very, very nice job there. We're taking a look at the Din here as well, coming up, also playing the Necromancer, dealing a ton of condition damage here. Very, very low here. We are seeing Wrecking Death very, very, very much ahead in the DPS count there.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, they lost quite a few people on that point. We're seeing this seems to be a very, very strong style in the teams that are playing in this tournament. They're all going for 1 point, and there's a lot of the team playing on that point. Then, as they get respawned, they're dispersing back out into the other points of the map. So they're getting a point each, and then they're all just fighting on 1 point, not really using the initiative of moving out to different points and decapping. Just as I say that, we see Wrecking there, the Thief going for the decap there, and we've got Thief on Thief fight, so it might be quite interesting to just have a quick look. We're going to go in on Wrecking. He's just thinking that maybe, it's not worth losing those points. I'll just quickly bail up. It's actually going to go back in, so he decapped that point, did well there. He's going to go back in. He's going to give the other Thief a little bit of trouble. There could be a fight that's going to be going on all day, especially if they're just going to avoid each other.
Yeah, but it looks like maybe actually electing to try and put some pressure onto Wrecking. Wow, I can't talk apparently. I apologize. But we are seeing Tranquility is going to be up here. And I'm sorry, not Tranquility, Stillness. Stillness, a very, very useful buff to get there. And we're going to see if teams can actually try and elect there. Right now, it's still only 1 point versus 1 point, with mainly a lot of the points actually being accumulated via stomps there. We are seeing BAM actually get a point as well there from the stomp.
Yeah, we do see that the Stillness. Someone on red was actually going for Stillness, but actually just bailed from it instead, and maybe he's going to go down here as well. So blue look like they're going to get that Stillness. That's potentially going to help them pinch the lead over. They're 20 points behind. They've got one. They've got 1 point at the moment, so they're going to get double points for that cap they've got. So they're going to start catching up very quickly. we do see that at Temple now we've got the Reds and the Blues. Again, everyone's steaming into this point. The Ranger looks like he's going to he's just watching mid, trying to watch the altar as well. He's got a good vantage of where everything is at the moment, as they can get in to that point on the left side or at the bridge as well. And we see everyone's just at Temple, mate.
Yeah, Temple being the high point of contention here. We see the Din actually being rallied up by Joker. Very, very nice job there. Unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of condition damage onto Team BAM. Not a lot of damage or really any health bars moving onto the Joker side. So Joker doing a great job at dealing just a heavy amount of damage here. Unfortunately, we are seeing Dark Azura actually go down here very, very quickly here. 2 stomps going out there. He does have that wave of light to protrude away any pesky invaders here. Fear going off here by the Necromancer. Little Shroomau doing a very, very good job at trying to negate that stomp there. Unfortunately, the stomp does go off, and this is going to be a point possibly in favor of the Jokers. So that's going to put them at a very, very good advantage right now.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. Everyone seems to kind of filter out thinking they maybe lost the team fight. Red actually won that team fight there. I'm not sure that Blue realised what was going on there, as they were just getting slowly wiped and kind of abandoning each other on the point. But if you look at the map right now, you can see they're pretty much, you got the Rangers guarding these 2 points. All the fighting is here at the moment. We are on 8:30, which means Tranquility is going to pop. So the Rangers gone down there to tank it. He's going to be against a Guardian. We saw this very much in the last time we were on Temple. It's going to be a bit of a long fight, but this Guardian is actually starting to go down. As we do know, the Spirit Ranger does have a lot of damage. He's just popped his heal, the Guardian, so he's going to be looking. Still got his elite up, just popped his heal again. He's still got Virtue of Courage up. He's still got some needs a bit of healing, but he's still got some buffs up. He's doing okay, needs some support, but the Red have actually just got another Guardian. But unfortunately, it does look like Red have got all their tanks and their bunkers downstairs.
Which, honestly is a smart kind of point of contention here with Tranquility, because they're able to survive long enough to try and say, okay, hey, we're going to hold this until we think we need some extra support. And if we look, that actually gives them the stillness buff for Jokers as well as 2 points. So they're going to be accumulating a ton of points per tick right now. Stillness did just wear off. Tranquility being the heavy point of contention right now. Let's actually take a look at Titanium's point of view here. He's actually going to be immobilized there. He does still have his heal. His shouts are on cooldown. He's going to be able to use that shout there, trying to actually stomp out Dark Azura. Azura actually does go down there in a giant explosion, and that is one more player that is not going to be here in point of contention for Stillness. Unfortunately, I believe that we are going to see the Jokers possibly get the Tranquility, which is going to be the case here in just a couple seconds.
Very good there from Titanium. He knew that there was a 2-on-1 situation, and then that fight was pretty much over as it was. The Rangers just going to down him. He's going to get that point. Yeah, it was a nice little play there. They won the 2v2. Titanium moving out then, and obviously the Rangers going to get Tranquility. So all these points, you are about to see them all flip. So we're just going to jump onto a blue point, sorry. So we're going to jump to water. So as you see, when you're in that point, everyone gets blasted out. So it is effectively a knockback, and it does get automatically flipped over. So if you're the other team, you want to get contesting those points as soon as possible. Unfortunately, Red are placing people all around the map to make sure that doesn't happen, and they really are steaming ahead. 150 points ahead now as they approach 440 points.
I mean, just wonderful play there by Team Jokers. Unfortunately, Team BAM, a little bit of miscommunication on their part, not only sending a couple of DPSers down to the Tranquility buff. Tranquility buff can either be a very good hindrance or a very good positive thing to your team. If you put too many people down there, the other team can take advantage of the points and kind of scoot ahead while you try and cap the Tranquility buff. But that is still going to be a heavy point advantage right now for Team Joker. We are going to see Bomber actually try and deal some substantial damage onto Din here. Din very, very low, about half health here. A lot of condition damage being dealt down there. There goes the stomp. Unfortunately, the cow going to drop on Din's head there. I love that stomp. That is probably one of my favorites. That's going to be a 3-team wipe here onto Team Jokers. BAM doing an excellent job at controlling these points there. This could be a turnaround, but unfortunately that is going to be a win there for Team Jokers. Not in time for Team BAM.
They took advantage of stillness as well, so they did really well in that fight. They worked the points, they used their Guardian in the right place, and this is a big difference between Joke and the other teams that I've seen so far at the moment. This is the first time we've seen Bam play, did very well as well. Unfortunately, just getting pigeonholed into those points and not using the map to their best, to their strong points, unfortunately. But as we know, Temple isn't the standard map that we use in our normal rotation, and we are back into a regular rotation map. So we're on Forest as our second map, interestingly enough. And then we'll move to Fofire as would be a third map if we went to 1-1 in this. We're just waiting for the players. I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. We might have some spec changes, but we're just going to have a little chat and see how we think everything's going. I mean, it's the first semi-final. How do you think we're going so far, Baz?
So far, I think that the Warriors have kind of played a really good crucial role in here, as well as the Necromancers. Very, very kind of high amount of crowd control, as well as a lot of good condition damage from the Necromancer, as well as the Fears. But as we saw last matchup between IDDQ and Team Swag, the kind of key factor was making sure those Guardians were in the midst of team fights and really supporting the rest of your team. So I think that if teams really want to kind of get ahead of another team, is always make sure you have your support into the team fray, or else you're not going to really do much. You're just going to kind of sit there and slowly kind of whittle down your team there.
Yeah, I mean they were doing a good job around the map. I mean it's Warriors are so difficult to fight against at the moment. But I mean there is quite a few ways to counteract. It's just teams finding out how to deal with those guys, and how. But I mean, I agree with what you're saying at the moment. I mean I'm interested to see what's going to happen in this map now.
Well, it looks like Joker's actually switched one of their players for a Mesmer.
Ah, okay. Awesome.
And it looks like maybe switched from the Thief to his Mesmer.
That's the one.
So the Thief is May B, and then his Mesmer is May B. So that's a little bit different there. We are going to see the rest is pretty much the same for Jokers. We see Terran on his Warrior, the Din on the Necromancer, maybe on the Mesmer, Imba on his Ranger, Titanium on the Guardian as well, and looks like the Team BAM is going to stay the same, I believe. I don't think Numrot was in the last one, so I think that is a player change there, or a class change. But we are going to see Dark Azara on the Guardian, Bomber on his Warrior, Wrecking Dith on the Thief, and Little Shromenai, however you want to pronounce that, on the Necromancer.
Yeah, we got some interesting names going down on this match. Just checking out the Mesmer spec. He's going for he's going for his Shatter build. He's got a lot of avoidance there with the blink. He's gone for a Mantra heal, which was very interesting. He's reflecting projectiles as he heals himself, so a little bit like the Guardian move. They're actually going to go for a group stealth, so they're actually going for a group stealth complete switch over there for the guys. A couple of guys over to Henge. They're going to ninja in there, and it looks like they're not going to avoid mid, but keep the Ranger on mid. So that's a nice little move by Joke.
Yeah, it looks like Numbot is going to completely get off point there. Huge misplay by Numrot. Not a good idea. They're going to get about a fourth of the way capped here onto the Joker's team, but they are going to come back and rotate. They were actually trying to take the Chieftain, but they had to instantly rotate onto the Henge point here. Taking a look at the point of view of Numrot here, dealing a significant amount of damage onto Team Joker. Maybe actually down there for the count here. See if he's going to get stomped out there. Numrot doing a good job. We are going to see him actually get interrupted here by the Terran Warrior, going to be popping his healing spring as well, and here comes a vast force of Joker. Terran actually getting rallied up almost instantaneously here. A lot of AoE damage coming up onto the point of the Henge here. We are seeing Keep and Mind fighting for their life right now. The only team getting points right now is going to be Team Joker. Numrot very, very low here. Can he actually sustain the health? Unfortunately, no. He is going to go down here. A stomp is going to be a try and actually going to be Toy Boat, can't speak, going to stomp onto Numrod, and we are going to see Bomber try and take out the Din. Not going to be able to. Titanium using his might buff and going to be able to capture the point at this henge.
Unfortunately, I did have a lot of lag or something in my my streaming software just then, guys, so I do apologise that we were left in the cams there. Just wouldn't switch over for me. I've just quickly been able to get that over, so apologies for that as we were talking. We did see that the red team did flip over to henge. There was a 3 of their team just did go over to their buy-in visibility. So they have actually steamed over. They've taken henge and they've taken mid. But we did see a big mistake from Swag, from BAM, apologies, as they were going round the back of the midpoint to keep. They actually all turned around and came back to henge. They should have just kept going and they would have got that midpoint. So a big mistake there from BAM. Unfortunately, they need to stick to their guns.
Yeah, I mean, that has been the kind of key factor in a lot of teams losing in a best of 3 right now is they overcommit, and then they just keep overcommitting. So a lot of damage being dealt to Team Joker right now, maybe actually going down, could get stomped out here. He does have his Deception ready, but that is going to be a stomp there onto maybe. Titanium very low here. His heal is going to pop off. Can he get it? He's going to actually be able to use his heal there. Now going to be at half health there. Great job there by Titanium. Really trying to make sure that this point stays capped for them as long as possible. This is a 3 cap for Team Joker right now. Huge point advantage.
This is their map, apparently.
This is their map.
As you were talking about that, I flipped over to mid. They were winning that successfully as well. Titanium did go down there, but he did get the res off there as well. Not sure how he got resed up so quickly. It might have been from maybe, don't know if he's on the point. He is indeed, but he wasn't the one who went for that res. So it was a very fast res. And they've just got full control at the moment, but they are going down on this point. Terran just getting a lot of burst damage. Bomber's going down for that down. Nice. No CC there from Red on that when he was going for the down there. Imba now going down. Maybe Blue regrouping now on their close point. Looking like they could take this fight, potentially move up and pull back some points. But we are looking at 250, 221. It is not a good place for Blue to be at the moment.
Yeah, huge domination right now by Team Joker. Titanium just doing such a good job at making sure that this point stays on his point. He actually gets knocked back there. That is going to be finally a close point for Team BAM. Team BAM rotating over towards the Chieftain and the Keep area. Not going to really be dealing much of really damage-wise as we do see Terran and maybe come up. We are going to see Little Shruma actually come up from the middle side, and Bomber coming up as well here, trying to completely DPS down, maybe in a lot of trouble here. Very nice, very nicely done here by Team BAM, focusing fire on that heavy burst damage. Yeah,
it looks like they just, like I was saying before, that mistake at the beginning really did impact them heavily. They've pulled their finger out now, and they moved to mid, and like you said, they did a very good job. But they got the Mesmer off the point, and then Bomb just put that arrow up, just rooting the Mesmer outside the point to get that decap. So a very nice little combo there. But unfortunately, at the moment, it's looking like a little bit too late as we see.
They're just so far behind.
They're just too far behind. And unfortunately, that mistake was so vital in this match. Otherwise, it's actually looking quite balanced at the moment.
I mean, right now we are seeing Terran being immobilized and taking a lot of damage here. Going to get feared as well. Trying to desperately try and decap this point here onto the Joker's side, doing a lot of AoE damage. He is chilled there. Unfortunately, his skills are going to be able to kind of be off cooldown a little bit longer than he would have anticipated. But a 3-team wipe there for Team BAM. Joker's in a complete dominating lead right now.
Yeah, they really flipped it round. They've used the actual map. They've got around the map. They've come around the other side of the point that Mesmer did. They've surprised them on the mid where they're actually positioning, and they've just come in there. They've got some good combos going on. I'm just watching their buffs and their boons getting up that Chaos Armor. So when Blue are trying to do some damage on them, they're actually kind of not really doing themselves many favours. They're picking them off one by one around the map, and they're just destroying them really at the moment. You see maybe just going there for Little Shun. pretty much just leaving him, and we see that Boom is actually heading over to mine now, hopefully maybe to try and get a cap there. But as we hit 400 points for red, only just hit 100 points for blue, we see that Joke just getting closer to winning this match.
Yep. Yeah, and we do see Titanium and Din completely just decap this point for the Henge, so that is no points being accumulated for Team BAM. BAM just desperately trying to pull something out of their respective butts here. Not being able to. We are seeing Bomber, though, capping the mine, so that's going to give them a good point there, but we are going to see the Joker team actually rotate over to their close point and assist him and possibly get this point out. But we are going to see Keep still be accumulating points for Team Joker.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really too far away now. We got 300 points where they have to free cap for the rest of the match and not die, and it's very. I've seen teams come back sometimes, but this is a bit of an extreme situation. It does look like at the moment, unless Dark can get him off the point, and try and get it contested, it doesn't look like they're going to be able to pull it back, unfortunately.
Well, right now, 3 members of Joker are actually down maybe very, very low here, going to be burning out, and unfortunately not going to be able to do much of anything. So that was a 4-team wipe there, but, it's not really going to help them all that much. They are going to 2-cap, but we do see Titanium and the Din go over to the Henge, and the Henge is not guarded whatsoever. We are seeing the Chieftain being attacked by Numrod. Numrod does see that he is going to have to go over to his close point and try and assist here. Going back onto the keep, we do see Terran and fighting the Dark Azura, trying to deal as much damage as possible, pretty much winning that damage and DPS game here. We are seeing Tim's fine
as well. Sure,
Tim is awesome. I love Tim. We are seeing the Din and Titan actually come up and try and assist his team, and that is going to be the case there as well. So that's going to be the keep still in favor of Joker, but Joker actually down 2 points right now, letting the BAM team catch up ever so slowly.
If I was red, all I would do right now is put all 5 guys at mid and just hold it. They've got 5. They're going to cap it before they even get to mid. But Blue did put in a last-ditch effort. They did pull back some points there, pulled back about 50. So all fairness to them, they did well. They see Joke very dominant in both matches, and they go through to the next round, which is actually the final.
They move on to the finals, and the next matchup we are going to be bringing you is going to be Plastic Fantastic versus IDDQD. See you guys in a bit.